Right now, we are standing in front of the #1 poke restaurant in America. We're gonna drive 4 hours to Newport Beach, hop on a boat, then go looking for one of California's most sought after game fish, the hamachi yellowtail. We're gonna bring that fish all the way back another 4 hours, and we're gonna hand it off to the incredible crew here at Tropicali, and they're gonna turn it into one of their most famous poke bowls.
Grab a drink, maybe a snack, and tune in to watch us try and land one of California's most sought after fish. We're Grace and Luca at the Dolmens. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, hi. We're Grace and Luca, the Dolmens. We are underwater filmmakers and spearos, which basically means we hold our breath, dive over 100 feet to the bottom of the ocean to catch dinner, and film everything. We want to live in a way that's simple, intentional, and free. It's not just about travel, it's about self-sufficiency. Catching our own food, generating our own power, and living with only what we truly need. In the most remote corners of the world, we're building a life centered around exploration, resilience, and connection. To the ocean, to each other, and to a slower, more honest way of living. We've been talking about putting together a Tropicali catch and cook for the better part of 3 months.
Okay, early morning start, paddy hopping, yellowtail, poke bowls. That's the plan, that's it. Done, enough words. Let's get it.
And just now, we've managed to align the conditions with logistics and decided to charge offshore looking for some poke bowls.
We got to the dock with a little extra pep in our step, frothing at the idea of bringing this plan to life. Instead of heading for the islands, the water has now warmed up just enough to start paddy hopping. A kelp paddy is basically just a floating mass of kelp that has broken free from the seabed and is drifting offshore. Along the California coast, giant kelp grows attached to the bottom in kelp forests. Storms, swells, or strong currents can rip sections loose. Because that kelp contains gas-filled bladders, it stays afloat and can drift for days, weeks, or even months.
I hope we see something.
We got the boys up top, keeping a lookout for some paddies.
At first glance, paddy hopping for yellowtail appears pretty simple.
Let's go, Gracie!
Find a floating kelp paddy, jump in, and hope there's fish underneath. But there's an entire ecosystem hiding beneath every one. These paddies act like floating islands in the open ocean. The kelp provides shade and structure, attracting plankton that then brings in the rest of the food chain. Those bait fish attract predators, and eventually, yellowtail move in to take advantage of the food source.
First, you have to find these floating oases. Then you've got to figure out which ones are actually holding fish.
We found our first one relatively quickly, so Luca and I approached head-on, then split off, flanking either side of the paddy.
There's a huge one, Luca. I saw a huge one. Come in from the back.
The second it came into view, I saw a giant, and I mean giant yellowtail, spook and then retreat into deeper water.
More often than not, these bigger fish that are referred to as home guards circle back. And sure enough, I just had enough time to quickly flick on my GoPro before he came straight in on me. I placed a holding shot, a little high, but I was confident I had enough surface area for it to hold. After the bad luck we'd had on the last trip, I made a point to handle this fish very carefully, giving line when he needed it and gaining when he let me. As I started to bring him under control, he made one final desperate sprint, and in an instant, everything went wrong.
No! No, it ripped off! No way! Oh my gosh, the shaft came off!
He ripped the Dyneema. He ripped the Dyneema. Lost the shaft. He was big. Oh my gosh, it just seared it, dude. I'm still trying to process what had just happened. And now down a shaft, we climbed back onto the boat and pushed on to the next Paddy. Thankfully, my buddy Luke let me run his new Coatspins 130. We found the next spot quickly, loaded up, and got back in the water. As I approached the Paddy, I spotted a Mola from the surface and immediately wanted to get him on film. I was fired up to see it, but our homies later told us that they're actually pretty common out here. I leveled out, and to my surprise, a small school of rat yellowtail came cruising straight in.
I saw this same school from the opposite side of the kelp and took a drop, managing to get Luca's shot on film.
Definitely a consolation prize compared to my first encounter. But regardless, I was stoked in my first California yellowtail, finally breaking that curse after a few hard losses. Consolation prize. I debated whether or not to include this part, but I think it's important to show the most humane and ethical way to dispatch a fish. As soon as the fish is landed, I immediately put it down and make a cut through the gill arch membrane just behind the gills. This severs major blood vessels, resulting in rapid blood loss that not only minimizes suffering, but also significantly improves meat quality. Once the fish is properly bled, it's gutted and placed on ice. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about it for a really long time. As excited as I was about my first yellowtail, there wasn't much time to celebrate. 4 or 5. The crew at Tropicali needed more fish than this to fill a few poke bowls. So we reloaded, got back on the boat, and continued the search.
The next Paddy was a beauty, thick, alive, and dropping down past 30 feet like a floating reef. The second it came into view, it exploded. Over 15 yellowtail came charging straight up through the water column, and it happened so fast I didn't even have time to turn the GoPro on. I dropped in and committed to the biggest one, lined up and pulled the trigger, hitting this fish just behind the gill plate. The shot landed, but instead of stopping him, it turned into a full fight. These fish are unreal. Even hurt, he was super green, so Luca decided to place a second shot, getting things under control and to finish the fight cleanly and efficiently. In that moment, everything came together. This wasn't just another fish, this was the fish, the one that makes the entire trip. Tropicali, we're coming.
I'm so happy!
Yay! Let's go, Gracie!
Huh? You didn't see them, Luca?
I just saw you a big one.
I told you Elsa only kills.
Alright, we just got done. Like our third spot of the day. And Grace got onto some fish.
I'm so happy. Can't wait to eat some poke.
Let's go, dude.
Crispy rice.
Talk us through what happened.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. So we were swimming up to this Paddy and I saw like a few yellowtail just like coming straight for me, but they were really small and we had just been at a spot and there was like a bunch of small ones. I was like,
I took one of the small ones.
And I was like, okay, like let's see. And then I see one in the back, like a big one cruising, but it kind of like turned around and then.
Hey, there's another Paddy.
Let's go, dude. Quit talking to the camera.
We're just gonna check this out.
To be continued.
To be continued.
The water.
All right, to be continued. Continued.
Okay, so there's no fish on that Paddy, but anyways, so I saw a bigger one kind of come in the back. I was like, okay, they're here. So then I swam a little bit closer. I don't remember. I think I forgot to record on my GoPro too. But then like a better size one came and just like on the surface. Like I was about to duck dive and it was like I didn't even have time because it was just like charging right here. I just
That's
shot
so
it.
crazy.
Thought that I like spined him or stoned him a little bit.
He like fluttered.
Yeah, because he just stopped, and so I threw the gun back and chased the line, and then right when I was about to get to him, just took off. Like literally took off so hard. We fought him. We ended up putting another shot in him.
I wasn't sure if the slip tip went through, but it did. The toggle perfect, but you didn't need the extra shot. Let's go, dude. Show the people. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. It's a good fish. Okay, we're gonna try to find this next patty here. I shot a little tiny baby one, but I did lose a big one. Hey!
What are we doing right now?
Whatever you want.
Why are we gonna tube the U?
We're gonna tube the U. We're trying to cut the gas bill a little
Like
bit.
and subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification.
The next 4 or 5 patties were all busts, but one held a lone yellow, and Chase managed to get on the board.
One of the day here. Oh, this thing's such a cutie.
Alright, we just got Chase, little yellow. We've now hit, I don't know, maybe 10 kelp patties. We're just bouncing around from patty to patty. We got Luke on the helm. We run into some bad visibility, so we're switching it up a little bit. We're running offshore a little bit further and hopefully get some cleaner water. Good sign that Chase got onto some fish, so they're still here. We just gotta go find them now, but lots of life around. Big molas, dolphins, whales jumping all around us. I really wish we had our drone. Sorry, Grace. It's such a rad day, man. This is gonna be sick. Gotta get a big one now.
As the day progressed, Luca and I were quickly adapting to this new method of hunting. There wasn't much diving going on. Majority of the action was in the top 15 feet of the water column. What really mattered was how you handled the patty. We started to look for subtle clues, current direction, water temperature, bird activity, bait density, and even how isolated the patty is from the next one. Then comes the approach. A noisy boat, a bad entry, or swimming too aggressively can push fish off before you even see them. Most successful dives come down to observation, reading the ecosystem, understanding fish behavior, and making the right move at exactly the right time.
Been looking for a while, kind of left the zone we were at trying to find clear waters, but have not seen any kelp since. So just chilling, have a snack, hydrating.
We finally came across a giant patty. This one had bait all over it, so we knew this could be action. Luca went left and I went right, and just as I got within the 20-yard buffer, I saw that infamous flash of a yellow. I took a shallow duck dive and leveled out. You're flooded with emotions the second you see that shaft land. First, there's adrenaline, because you're not sure how hard it's going to run. Then it turns into management. You're watching the line peel, managing drag, trying not to over-tighten or lose tension. Too loose and you risk slack and a lost fish. Too tight and you risk tearing the shot. What makes it unique is how personal it feels. The fish isn't away on a line. It's right there with you, still in the system. Every decision you make is instant feedback in your hands. Again, I thought I heard him, but in typical Yellowtail fashion, he got a second wind and dipped into the kelp.
I got him.
Luca managed to grab him from the other side and got his tail out of the water. The best way to secure a fish is always getting a hand in the gills, but that can prove more difficult in certain situations.
Okay. Yeah.
Just that. There's quite a few, I think. You got him?
So if a fish is going crazy and you're able to secure that fish by the tail, raise the tail out of the water. This will kill its motor, and with no ability to move, you'll be able to get a hand in the gill without much trouble. such a beautiful fish. This one is going to make some epic, spicy, crispy poke bites. Stay tuned for that catch and cook coming soon. Probably Luca and I's favorite recipe.
It's so funny that no matter where we go, all the best fish tend to show up at the end of the day. It's getting to the point where it's almost like clockwork, and we should just call the day early because we know the last spot's gonna go off. Today was no different. Literally the last spot. 5 miles from the harbor entrance, we found one. Chase and I hop in. This time he went left and I went right. 2 dozer yellowtail swung from west to east around the Paddy and presented me with a perfect broadside shot. I pulled the trigger from the surface and watched this fish wake up the same way that Grace's did. I looked down and I saw Chase swimming underneath me, lining up on the other fish.
Let's f***ing go! Let's f***ing go!
I quickly tried to get my reel line out of his way as he came through and placed a beautiful shot into his biggest yellow of the day. What a rad moment that was. Finally, a proper yellow to go along with 2 of Grace's dozers, all 5 miles from the harbor.
Let's go make some poke bowls.
Me too. Just got done diving the Paddies. Thank you so much, Luke and Chase. Finally breaking the curse. Grace shot 2 beautiful fish. I lost a nice one. And then finally, at the end of the day, managed to bring it home. We have poke bowls for days. We're gonna go hit up Tropicali right now. Fire it up, make some poke bowls. Talk us through your 2 fish.
Shot them in the beds.
Spend all day at Catalina. No luck. Come out here, like 4 miles from land and
Straight on the surface.
straight on the
No
surface.
duck dives.
We hopped from spot to spot. Didn't really have to dive deep. Shot these guys from the surface, but it's a grind in its own way, which is super rad. Sick experience for us, but we're gonna go fillet these guys up and we'll see you guys on our way to Tropicali. Gonna make some poke bowls at the #1 poke restaurant in America. Let's get it. Get them, Gracie. Solid day today. Let's go. So much effort and grinding these last few months to get on some fish. Grinding from shore, having no luck whatsoever. But today, everything paid off. So sick. We're stoked.
Don't fall on camera.
I do remember that.
Oh yeah, big boy. Oh my gosh! Are you serious?
Are we getting this bugger to the truck?
Got me up.
Oh yeah. Right?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll scratch it from the thing.
And then my little baby guy.
Thank you. You're probably gonna be the yummiest.
This is my first one. My first Yellowtail. So I lost a fatty. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
I lost a massive fish on my first one. The dynamic broke. So then I decided to take this little guy home, and now I feel kind of bad because I Shot his grandfather.
Family reunion. Look at that one's huge.
Oh yeah. In for the shot.
Bro, we're not cut out for this. Ow.
New blades. Gracie got some new blades.
So pretty. Loved my new alchemy fins. I felt so fast, so efficient, and also probably the coolest fins I've ever owned. They're so beautiful. Everyone on the boat was like,
We all want them.
they're all
We all
jealous.
secretly want them.
And I like took a dive, and they were like, "You're so deep," and we could still see the beautiful white.
Reflection.
Yeah, see the reflection. And I'm hoping they doubled as a flasher in the water.
Howdy, lads and lassies. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today, no, joke. Anyway, so this gun's name is Tony, and the little gun there is Tolly, Tony and Tolly, because, well, they're exactly alike, and they're my two main squeezes. This is Tolly. Tolly has 23 fish. She's a year old.
First of all, here we're with Luke, the #1 diver in Southern California, and the whole nation.
I don't know about that, but this is Tony. She's fairly new. She's been on one real dive trip and then a trip to Mexico. And she didn't get used a ton in Mexico, but I've been diving with her a lot more. You can see I got 9 fish on her now, but the thing I'm doing, I do these little check marks, but the thing I'm gonna do is, you had a gun malfunction today and didn't have another gun, so I loaned him the Devilfish 130 made by the amazing Chris Coates.
CDR, baby.
Yeah, this thing's amazing. But we're gonna sign your initials. We're gonna put your initials in it and the 2 fish that you shot with it. So
I've had a bit of a dry spell in the recent trips that we've done with Luke.
Yes.
And it's funny because my wife Grace behind the camera and I are incapable of landing fish unless we use Luke's gun.
Yes, she has Elsa, which is the bride of Frankenstein, because she's a Franken gun that I built out of a bunch of spare parts. And anyway, so
shout out to Chris Coates, man. This thing was flying.
yeah, it's a good one. So all I do is I just get my soldering iron here, and all my fish are going this way, and hopefully they go all the way up the gun and on the bottom too. But all the friends' fish are gonna go right here. So. And just burn this in. 1 mark, 2 marks, and then right underneath it, I'm gonna put L. My daughter's yelling for you, Gracie. L D.
That's awesome.
Maybe the D's hard to make.
You got it.
I'm not good at etching in here. There it is. Forever branded on the gun, because it's actually cooler for me. It was really cool for me to see you
First Yellowtail.
use this thing.
First Yellowtail, yeah.
Yep. First Yellowtail and second Yellowtail. Landed. Because we've shot a few Yellowtail. We just had some problems. But yeah, there it is. Forever living on
Thank you, Luke. That's an honor, Luke.
on Tony here. So yeah, there it is. Bam.
Good morning. Had a long day yesterday. It's now the next morning, and we're headed up to Tropicali and having them make our fish into some amazing poke bowls.